Hey everyone, uh, Dean from Social Zombie here. This one is a sad one. I've got some Diablo 3 gameplay on in the background, but that has nothing to do with this. For those that are unaware, um, Jason David Frank passed away on the weekend. He portrayed Tommy Oliver in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. He was the original Green Ranger. Then he uh, went to the White Ranger, and he's been quite a few Rangers after that. Tommy Oliver, for me, was my childhood hero. Um, there were basically there were two my two childhood heroes. One was Superman. I've got Superman tattooed on me. And the other, sorry, was Tommy Oliver. For me, um, I'm just kind of making this video to let out my emotions. For me, it feels like more than a part of my childhood died. I unfortunately I never got to meet Jason. Um, but you could tell through the way he conducted himself, through his fan interactions. Uh, he Power Rangers just meant the world to him. You know, he came back countless times. He's not only come back in the TV show, he cameoed in the movie. He also did voiceover work. Or not voiceover work, sorry. Uh, he did voice work for Power Rangers Battle for the Grid. So his life, a lot of his life was centered around this universe. For me, Green with Evil is by far the best Power Rangers story arc. Uh, you know, in forever. Countdown to Destruction is a close second though. I'm at a loss for words, really. When Kevin Conroy died, it was sad because he was the voice of Batman. He was the iconic voice of Batman for so many years. Um, but that did not hit me as near as hard as this did. And they only passed away 10 days from each other. Kevin Conroy was the 10th of November, I believe, and Jason David Frank was the 20th. I Power Rangers for me. I can't understate it enough. It was my childhood. Me and my brother and we're best friends basically, and a lot of that was bonding over Power Rangers. I texted him um, when I found out, and he couldn't believe it. He had to look it up himself. He just didn't want to believe it, and neither did I. Like, yeah, this has really shocked me, especially how he how it happened. I've had a dear friend of mine pass away. It'll be 10 years in December. Um, and due to that, um, and you can never, you can sit here and thinking, I just feel for his family and his friends, the people that he interacted with on a day like on a daily basis, because you just sit there and thinking, could I have done something different? Could I have reached out to him? Could I have done this, done that? And I guess you know I just hope that they can find it in their heart to move past this. And if they are you know down, if they're thinking that this is their fault, like, it's not. I know they're not going to hear this, but it's not your fault at all. um Depression is a very serious and misunderstood disease. I think it's getting more attention now, which is great, but I think there's definitely more that can be done um, to help people cope with it. Um, yeah, like when I was a kid, like me and my brother would be playing Power Rangers in the park, and we would be fighting over who got to play, who got to be Tommy, who got to be Jason, who got to be the Green Ranger, who was the Red Ranger. We both I'm sorry, Austin St. John, but we both wanted to be Tommy. um, you know, he was the face of the franchise. He was the one when they needed a cameo, when they needed someone for like fanfare. He was the phone call. He did everything for that franchise. And to be honest, I'm sad. It feels like the world's just a little bit darker. Like I've had a Green Ranger plushie since I was 5. I'll take a picture and put it somewhere. Um, like, yeah, it's just I I don't really I don't think you know I can look at Power Rangers the same. Like I've got like pop vinyls and action figures, and I've got like the Dragon Zord pop vinyl, which cost me like $80, and I've got the White Tiger Zord, White Tiger Ultra Zord, which cost me like $80 as well. And I've I've got like a lot of memorabilia, and none of it's signed because, like, obviously I never got that chance to meet him because there wasn't a lot of times that he came to Perth. I can't even remember the last time, if if ever. Um, and I feel like there's a lot more like questions than answers. I feel like I feel sorry for his kids. I feel sorry for his wife and where they're we're about to celebrate the 30-year anniversary of Power Rangers. He's just finished up a movie called Legend of the White Dragon. You can bet your butt I'm gonna be, if that comes out in theaters, I'm going every chance I get. I'm gonna, I don't really buy DVDs anymore, but if I see the DVD, I'm gonna buy it. I may not watch it on DVD, it may be on streaming or whatever, but I will buy it as just that piece of memorabilia. Um, I've he always, just like all the interviews and all the fan interactions I saw, like I've seen on YouTube, he was so stoic and positive, and I guess the face of the Power Rangers. Like, the Power Rangers is a massive franchise spanning, as I mentioned, almost 30 years. Video games, movies, TV. The TV show has been running for 30 years. How many TV shows can say that they have been on air for 30 years? That is crazy. They have survived everything. They survived this. They, survived the switch from VHS to DVD, DVD to bloody streaming. They survived being bought out by Disney, and then back to Haim Saban, and then to Hasbro. Like, even the Turbo Power Rangers movie, people crap on that, and it's cheesy fun. It's fun, and I think that is what Jason David Frank, and I'm not trying to sell short the other actors, but when as a kid, when you tuned in to Mighty Morphin Power Rangers or any of the subsequent seasons, they brought fun into the household. They brought fun into your life. And regardless of what was going on at home, for, the next 20 minutes, all you cared about was seeing Tommy and his Ranger guys, Ranger friends, and his fellow Rangers, thank you, kick some butt. Whether it was Rita, whether it was Lord Zed, whether it was Master Vi, whether it was Divatox, did not matter. You know that the Rangers win. And that's magic, That's just so magical. Ranger guys, that's funny. I'm leaving that in there. I'm not editing this. This is as raw as it will get. It's devastating. Like, I can't. It's gonna take a long time for I can't speak for anyone else, but for me to move on, to see the Power Rangers the same, because there was, prior to his death, there was always like could he come back for another season or just another episode? What's next for Tommy and his story? Like, I binge watched Green with Evil last night, and then I watched Forever Red and Wild Force, and then I watched Dimensions in Legendary Battle, and then I watched Dimensions in Danger, and I just feel like he's. I just feel like, yeah, the world is just a little bit darker. So, guys, honestly, if you are feeling down, sad, um, it's okay to feel that way. Even for a childhood, you know, hero, even for, don't let anyone make you feel that it's silly. Because, you know what? That person, that character, that means something to so many people. It's okay to mourn. It's okay to be sad. Um, and guys, if you ever feel down and you are contemplating anything like suicide, please, 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 please seek help. Talk to your family, talk to your friends. I know it may be a tough thing, but the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. It's, you know, it's not worth it. It's not worth it, guys. It's you have so many people that love you and respect you and that want the best for you, and you may not even know it. So please, there's always tomorrow. Tomorrow can always get better. This is very, very sad, guys, and you know, it's okay to not be okay. Alright, guys, I'm going to leave it here. Thank you so much for listening if you've made it this far. Um, and I hope you have a great, great rest of your day, night, whatever it is. And if it makes you feel better, you can tell me your Tommy Oliver memories. Tell me your Tommy Oliver stories. How he made you feel. And we can all just kind of reminisce on just how much of a badass Jason David Frank was. Alright, guys, thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.